Jermaine's kind of sick. I don't want to get too close to him. Am I good here? My tents look too...
Good day and welcome to UA Overtime. I'm Jermaine Dennis, your host. And I'm here with my fellow analysts, Vic, Lindsay, and Connor. And today we'll be talking about NHL, the NFL. We'll talk about boxing, and we'll have some college football for you. But first, we're going to start off with NHL. The first quarter, Pekka Rinne, that's his name, yes. Pekka Rinne was signed for a 7-year, $49 million deal to the Nashville Predators. Lindsay, what is your thoughts on Pekka Rinne's signing?
Well, I think it was a huge deal for the franchise, the biggest one they've made in history yet, and fans were complaining that they haven't been spending very much money on their players. So this actually makes him one of the highest paid goalies in the NHL. It makes more than the Rangers' Lundqvist, who makes only $6.5 million a year. So it was definitely an expensive deal, but well worth it. This guy's got some great stats.
Yeah, Vic, what about you?
It's definitely worth it. He's got a career 92 save percentage, 2.34 goals against average. He's only had 3 years in his starting role. The kid's only 28. This is his prime. They're trying to build a core in Nashville. This is a team on the rise. They made the second round 2 years ago. They've been in the playoffs 2 years in a row now. He's the most shutouts in the NHL since the 2008-2009 season. Definitely a great signing, worth the money.
Connor,
You both think he's worth it? See, I don't think so. I disagree. I don't think he's worth it at all. I mean, he's a good goalie, but I don't think he's proven himself yet with guys like Ryan Miller, Marc-Andre Fleury. I just think those guys are the top tier. I don't think he's in that top tier goalies yet with those guys.
well, I honestly think that this amount of money, what they have Sutter and Weber to also sign, and now you know that they're going to only be able to afford one of the two. As far as Rinne is concerned, he's great. You know, you heard the stats, 93% in saves for last year. He was a nominee for the goalie of the year. But still, like, this is too much money for a low-income type of team, low-market team. I don't think that he's really worth that amount of money.
Yep. Agree.
Yeah. But also, back to other talks with the NHL, we all know that Alex Ovechkin, the best player playing right now, with Sidney Crosby out. He actually got benched in the fourth quarter of a very important game against the Anaheim Ducks. What is your reaction to the benching of his play? Lindsay?
Well, I think it was definitely a good decision by Coach Boudreau. He got to not only it worked out well for him, and he got to send Ovechkin a message, you see. Because after he pulled the goalie late in the game, the Capitals were able to tie the score. They won in overtime 5-4. And also, Ovechkin says he wants to be a leader on the team, but he hasn't been playing that role, so definitely the coach definitely got to send a message to Ovechkin and the rest of the team that if you want to be in on those type of plays, that you have to be accountable for your role on the team. So.
Yeah. Connor, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. It gave guys like Nicholas Backstrom a chance to step up and show leadership without Ovechkin playing. If they lose the game, it looks bad. Ovechkin's like, yeah, you need me, but maybe because they won the game, it looks good. It looks good on Bruce Boudreau. So I think it was a good move.
I think that Bruce Boudreau kind of got away with this one.
Definitely.
Being that it is the beginning of the season, and, you know, he could make a pull like that, it's not going to really affect
come
the team.
playoffs, that's never going to happen.
Playoffs,
I mean, you're going to have your best, like you said, the best player in hockey. He's going to be on the ice.
Right.
You're not going to do that in the playoffs. But
yeah,
It was definitely a wise move, and like we said, you know, it was a risk. It was a hell of a risk, but it worked out, and that's what makes this a good coaching move. And this gives Bruce Boudreau accountability. They've been criticized in the past for going over rotation and players getting tired. He sits down Ovechkin. Everybody realized that, hey, you know, any one of us can be benched.
Right.
And to be honest, he put out Ovechkin back in overtime, and he ended up getting the assist on the winning goal. Right. So this wasn't, you know, it's like he sat him, never played him, and then he screwed up in overtime. No, he sucked it up and realized, hey, I can be benched. Anybody can be benched.
Right.
Definitely.
That's true.
Did you see that assist off his foot?
Oh, yeah.
I kicked it. That was sick. That was pretty cool.
Great
That
move.
was good. All right, guys, that was a good topic that we discussed. Now we're going to go into our second quarter when we're going to talk about the boxing fiasco with Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. Stay tuned.
like when a man has a little scruff on him, and you just kind of like rub your hands through it, and it's like, oh boy, come over here.
I'm so bored.
I mean, so what time it is? I'm ready to start my day.
7:30.
I know the report is on.
So let's go.
This is something like the Holocaust. Millions of our people lost.
Welcome back. Now we're going to go into our second quarter debate about boxing. I know you guys heard the rumors of Mayweather advisors talking about let's get it on with Pacquiao. They even set a date, May 5th, 2012, and they even have a venue at the MGM Grand Arena in Vegas. Connor, what is your thoughts? Do you think that Mayweather is bluffing, or is this the real deal?
I think he wants it. I think right now this is the best thing boxing has going for them. This has been in talks since '09. I mean, let's not keep in mind Pacquiao has to get by Marquez,
yeah.
But hopefully he does that. Boxing makes this happen. I think it should happen. I mean, they're both going to get paid like $50 million each or something like that.
Yeah.
A crazy amount of money. So
60.
I think it should happen.
I think this is definitely a bluff. Mayweather's known for this. We've seen this happen. It's honestly, to me, it looks like another ploy to make Pacquiao look reluctant to fight him. I mean, we never saw, not that we were alive, but Muhammad Ali didn't go out and say, "Oh, I want to play you, in Vegas on this date." And this is just ridiculous. Muhammad Ali talks smack, but he wouldn't call out a location and everything. And I think that this is really just it's just Mayweather looking to make Pacquiao look like he doesn't want to fight him.
Vic, are you serious? I mean, this was the type of thing Muhammad did all the time. It was just
I'll fight him in a phone booth in the middle
Yeah,
in the middle of
Yeah, but
Times
that
Square,
was him just saying, "I'm
anywhere.
better than you." I'm not like, "Oh, let's fight here at this time." It's
True.
Let's get it on. You go to a guy, you say, "I want to fight you."
He's the evolution of Muhammad Ali. Just because this is just a new day of age, if Muhammad Ali knew that he could say things like that, I'm pretty sure he would have.
Let's be real. I mean, boxing, like I said, this is the only thing. Like, after this fight, what else are they going to do? Like, they've been trying. This is the fight everyone's been talking about. Like, Mayweather would fight, Pacquiao would fight, but after that, they're like, okay, when are these two going to fight? Like, when are they going to come together after their respective fights? So, like, this is the one fight that if they make this happen, like, I don't know what the future of boxing is going to be after this fight, though. That's the one thing.
I mean, I really hope that Mayweather's not bluffing, because fans have been waiting to see this fight. I'm sure Pacquiao wants this fight. Everybody wants to see this fight happen. It's just a matter of, is he serious? It sounds like his agent Ellerby wants him to play. He's saying we want the biggest fight possible for this stage. So I think that this is the stage. This is the fight for that stage. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed.
And then what is the thing about Mayweather having to bluff? I don't think Mayweather's bluffing at all. He's definitely has the credentials. He hasn't lost to anybody. Why would he be afraid of Manny Pacquiao? I honestly don't think that he has that type of fear in his heart to be actually.
He can't be considered the best if he hasn't played the best. Even though he hasn't lost a game yet, Pacquiao still has more wins. So it's just a matter of, is he scared?
Pacquiao does have 3 losses too. But all right, let's get into the next question. Who would win the bout if it actually came on May 5th, 2012? Lindsay, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to take Pacquiao for this one. I mean.
Go ahead, explain yourself.
I think like Mayweather is a lot of talk. I think he gets very cocky, and maybe I'm mistaking his confidence for arrogance. But I mean, I really just think that Pacquiao can take him down. He's all talk, and he needs to prove himself before he can keep calling himself the best.
I really don't take his cockiness for arrogance, because it is arrogance.
He's definitely
arrogant about what
yeah,
he wants, who he thinks that he's going to be able to be. But time in, time out, these guys that say, you know what, I'm going to shut you up, and they have not. Mayweather has never been knocked down in his career. Not knocked out, meaning he lost a match, but knocked down as far as being knocked out, and the referee talking about 1, 2, making sure that that's an amazing stat right there. Vic, what do you think?
I'm also going to go Pacquiao on this one. I think Mayweather's taken on less fights because he's afraid to lose his undefeated record. I think he played a beaten-up Oscar De La Hoya. They both played Sugar Shane Mosley, and Sugar Shane said, I've never been in the ring with someone who's more powerful and quicker than Manny Pacquiao.
I think that's just a statement that Sugar Shane Mosley made because
but he also played Floyd Mayweather.
With Mayweather. He
Mosley
doesn't like him. We know this.
And Mosley also
don't
fight
like him.
Mayweather at his own comfortable weight. He had to move down classes in order to fight Pacquiao. I got to disagree with both of you. I think Mayweather's going to win. I think it will definitely obviously be his toughest fight ever. I mean, for both people, just because of the hand speed. He's never fought anyone with the hand speed of Pacquiao, but his defense is too good. He's too elusive. I just think Mayweather's going to get him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, let's hope this fight goes down. 'Cause
Yeah,
I would love to see
I
this
can't
fight.
wait.
This fight to go down.
I hope so.
All right, guys. Well, now we're going to go into our halftime. Well, right after our halftime, we'll come back third quarter. We'll talk about some NFL for you guys. Stay tuned.
Sad when I found out I have syphilis, but then I watched Little and Frankie, and he inspired me to grab my right boob, and then my nipple automatically became hotter while I was watching the show, so hot that my shirt disappeared. I don't know, watching Little and Frankie makes me ass. Where was I? Oh yeah, after watching the show, I gave birth to 2 puppies. Yes. Nipple milk!
Welcome back. Now let's go into some NFL topics of games of the day. There's going to be take your pick, and we're going to start off with the first game, Giants-Pats. Vic, who is your pick for the Giants-Pats game?
I got the Pats. Let me give you 3 numbers, 31, 2, and 18. Tom Brady, 31 straight wins at home in the regular season. 2, the last time they lost 2 games in a row where one was at home, 2006. And 18, they're 18 straight victories at home against the NFC. That's all I got to say.
Okay, all right, Lindsay.
I'm going to have to take the Giants on this one because I think that the Patriots have the worst passing defense in the league. Eli Manning put up 349 passing yards against Miami. So, I mean, that's not really saying much. Miami's not a great team, but I think Eli himself has been playing better. And as long as the Giants defense can put some pressure on Brady, I don't think that he's going to have a great game. Like when he played the Bills, he threw 3 interceptions, and that's a 5-2 team too. So
right.
Giants 5-2. I mean, I think it's going to be.
My pick is also the Giants. I'm going to tell you one thing: the defensive line of the Giants can get after Tom Brady. We seen it last week. Steelers got after him, threw him off his game. He never got into rhythm, and you know this from the championship game from a couple of years back, where the Giants just kept on putting pressure on Tom Brady. Tom Brady never got into rhythm, and I think the Giants definitely could do that. What do you think, Connor?
As much as I want to see the Pats lose, I just think Giants are too inconsistent. I mean, they had to come back from Miami last week. They're going to get it done in Foxborough. Pats win.
Okay. All right. Next game, we're going to talk about the Ravens and Steelers, the bloodbath, the most historic rivalry football game in the NFL. Lindsay, I'm going to go with you this time. What do you think?
I'm going to have to take the Steelers on this one. They are reeling from their 35-7 loss the last matchup. They got home field advantage this time. And the Ravens struggle on the road. They're 1-2 on the road. And Flacco has not been playing his top game lately. So I think that the Steelers are going to come with their top defensive game, and they're just definitely going to put a win on this one.
Yeah, Vic.
First in pass defense, 8th in rushing yards allowed, 8th in passing yards. Roethlisberger coming off back-to-back 360-yard passing yard games. They're 4 in a row, 4-0 at home. It's too much for the Ravens.
I must honestly admit with you, the Steelers, they're just too powerful right now. They're playing with a whole bunch of confidence. Their defense just shut down the Pats. And going into the next game against the Ravens, who are struggling offense, they're trying to figure out who is going to be the main focal point. We know Ray Rice. He's the best player on their team. They need to get him involved as far as the Ravens are concerned. But the Ravens is just not pulling it through. They're just too weak right now. They're kind of inconsistent. They don't know their identity right now as far as the offense is concerned. Connor.
All three of you taking the Steelers?
Yes.
Taking the Ravens, then.
I don't
Taking
see
the
how
Ravens. See,
you
I'm
could-
glad you mentioned that about Flacco. I think he has a chip on his shoulder. His previous 2 games were terrible. You got Terrell Suggs saying, like, this is my Madison Square Garden in Pittsburgh. Like, he's going to go in there. They have a lot of energy. I think they're going to go in there and take two of the conference games against the Steelers.
All right, guys, and then our last game we're going to talk about with the NFL, take your pick, Bills, Jets. I'm going to start off with a Jets fanatic. Vic, go ahead.
Well, this is definitely not a number-based pick, I'll tell you that, because the Jets look disgusting as a fan. We haven't seen the rush defense they're known for, but they do have one of the best pass defense in the league, hands down, so that takes away Fitzpatrick's game. I know Fred Jackson's on a roll, and he's running like a man possessed out there, but this is the game the Jets win on the road. They haven't won a game on the road. This is the game they win. As a fan, you're confident in your team.
You just told me, you just gave me the ammo to go right against your team. Like I said, Fred Jackson, I never said it, but like you said, Fred Jackson's running like a madman out there. They're 8th in the league as far as rushing yards is concerned per game. They're just too powerful on the rushing yards. Fitzpatrick, he got the new contract.
Got the wedding ring on.
Wedding ring on. He's
just ready
really
to go.
good. He's throwing the ball. He's slinging it out there. I just have to pick the Bills with this one. Connor.
Bills. I'm sitting here with 2 Jets fans. Bills all day. Disgusted. I mean, like you said, you got Fred Jackson. He's having a great season. I just think Jets defense, Vic, they're not going to show up. Fitz is going to pass all over them. Jackson's going to run for 200 yards. It's going to be a blowout.
I definitely think the key for the Jets' defense is going to be stopping Fred Jackson. Averages 5.5 yards a carry. That's insane. But their offensive line has finally been coming together. If they can buy Sanchez sometime, I think that he's a young player, but he's
Sanchez.
He's learning, but he's learning well. He can, if the offensive line can buy him some time, he can definitely do the play-action fakes and make those clutch throws. He had 3 touchdown passes to Plaxico in the end zone last week, so I think that Sanchez is definitely stepping up at his role as quarterback, and I think the Jets win this one.
See, that's the problem. I think that the Jets and Sanchez, him being so inconsistent, one week he's looking perfect, one week he's doing what he has to do, the next week
So overrated.
is just, yeah.
Overrated.
Sanchez is
Give
overrated.
the kid some time. He's only 2.5 years in, all right? Everyone's coming down on this kid. Give him some time, all right? Nick Mangold's been in there. He's feeling better with him back there. It's going to be good.
All right, guys. Well, that'll be the end of this quarter. We're going to go into our 4th quarter debate. Right after this, these messages from ATV Albany.
I'm so bored.
I mean, so what time it is? I'm ready to start my day.
7:30.
I know what the report is on.
So let's go.
This is something like the Holocaust. Millions of our people lost.
How about them Yankees, man? Granderson had that home run. You seen CeCe? CeCe look good too. I mean, hey, what's up, man? All right. I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna do the editing. All right. Let's go do that, brother. Oh, it smells like dog crap. I think that was you, man.
Nah, man, all I did was number one.
Yo, it must have been JD. He ate Chicken Joe's last night.
That makes sense. Let's get out of here. I love him.
I know, man.
Can I get a drum roll, please? Everybody know this is supposed to be the game of the century. Alabama versus LSU, college football. This is what we dream of. SEC 1 versus 2. Let's break this game down from the offense to defense to coaches, and then we're going to take our picks. First, we're going to start off with the offensive side of the ball. Vic, who has the advantage on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, in terms of numbers, slight edge to Alabama. I think LSU's defense has forced a lot of turnovers, giving them a short field on offense. Definitely a little bit slight edge to Alabama, a little more rushing yards, a little more passing yards, but it's pretty much about even.
All right, and Connor, who do you think?
Alabama. Look for Trent Richardson. I mean, he's just, I heard the guy, he benches 475, he runs a 4.4. He's Heisman watch right now. I just think he's going to have a big game. I think their defense is fast, but they're not strong enough to slow him down. Trent Richardson's going to have a big game.
He's going to beast. Lindsay.
I agree. Alabama has to have the offensive advantage here. A.J. McCarron's playing really well this year. And Eddie Lacy, he's definitely been a major factor in this team's offense as well.
I have to be devil's advocate, of course. I'm going to choose the LSU offense for a couple of reasons. A.J. McCarron, like you have stated earlier, he's a sophomore. I think that a big game like this, he will crumble underneath the pressure, and he's gonna have to sling the ball around against a top defensive backfield in LSU. We have two number 1 picks in their defensive backfield. I just don't see McCarron making the plays, and you know LSU's gonna load up on that run against Alabama. Absolutely. So I'm gonna go with the LSU offense, especially with Jarrett throwing that ball to Ruben Randall. So let's go to the defensive side of the ball. LSU or Alabama. Lindsay, who's your pick for the defensive side of the ball?
Again, I'm going to have to go with a slight advantage here. It has to be Alabama. They got the first overall points against average, 6.9. I definitely think that they're just going to come through more in this game.
I don't know. I think the LSU's defense also, they're second against points against. So they both have that they both are really talented as far as keeping the other opponent from scoring. What I would say, though, is that the LSU's, like I said, defensive backfield, they have the, Maurice Claiborne and they have Tyrann Mathieu. They're both, one is the Heisman watch, one is to be the number 1 DB off the board for next year's draft. I just see that they're going to be able to step up and make the big plays, and that's why I give them the advantage.
I think we can all agree that this is going to be a defensive game first. I mean, it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game. I got to give the advantage to LSU and Les Miles. You know how he's a defense-first guy. I think their defense is going to be quick. They're going to be rushing the passer. It's going to be a fast-paced game defensively, I think. It's going to be fun to watch.
This is going to be what SEC football is all about. Connor's absolutely right. This is defense all the way, no doubt about it. It is pretty much dead even on this one. I don't think anybody has a more of an advantage. One's first in points on 1 second. It really comes down to who makes a big play in this one. That's what it's about.
Yeah, and now let's go to the coaches, guys. Who do we have as the better coach for this type of situation? Who would you rather play for, Miles or Saban? Vic?
Well, I'm definitely going Les Miles on this one. This is a guy who's known he has eaten grass. Okay, this is a guy who goes he's not about solving equations. Nick Saban's all about equation. That's why Les Miles is the perfect foil for Nick Saban, because Nick Saban beats other guys like him. He doesn't know how to play a guy like Les Miles. Nick Saban, his last 49 games is 44-5. He's 2-2 against Les Miles.
Oh, that's a great stat. And Lindsay, who do you think?
I got to disagree. I got to go with Saban on this one, just because I think that he's taking this game just like he knows how to approach it. He knows there's no magic formula. The team just has to focus on execution and the basics. And he thinks his team is mentally prepared and they're ready to play this game. So.
Kinda.
First of all, did you see these guys' offices on SportsCenter? They look like better than the Oval Office. But I'm gonna go I like what you said, Vic. I mean, Miles has more like the intensity kind of thing. Saban's more laid back. Probably smiles 2 times a year. But I'm gonna go. I think Saban has the slight advantage at home. He's gonna rally the troops up, get them ready to go.
I'm going to go with Les Miles, and I'll tell you 2 reasons. Les Miles in BCS championship games, he shows up. So that shows that he can show up for the big games. Also, Nick Saban, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to mention it, Cam Newton. Last year, you were home, you had big stage, and what happened? You crumbled underneath the pressure. You had a big lead, you wasn't able to rally the troops once the pressure started to come on, and the Auburn Tigers.
Let's be serious though. Cam Newton's he's an exception to the rule as far as going into places and getting the job done.
I understand
that, especially in college football.
But LSU, we also know that LSU is very talented, you know. And now, all right, let's go to next. What's your picks? Lindsay, I'm gonna go with you first.
I'm going to have to say Alabama. Definitely, the X factor here is the home field advantage. So. They're both obviously really good, but at home, I'm going to have to go with Alabama. So.
And Connor?
College football, all about home field advantage. Alabama, all the way. Couldn't agree more.
Vic?
Well, I'm all about home field advantage. That's what gives everybody these edges, but Les Miles is known for going into places and beating them on the top level. Let me tell you something. They're not going to be ready. They have a 2-quarterback system at LSU. You got Jordan Jefferson who can run the option or beat you in the air. I don't think Alabama hasn't seen something like that yet. With him running the option well and Tyrann Mathieu stopping the big plays in the backfield, this is definitely...
But running the option well against that defense, you think
they're
it's
not
possible?
ready for this. They can change over the 2-quarterback
They're not ready
system.
for it. You don't
Jordan
think Nick
Jefferson,
Saban's got
X
them ready
factor,
for it?
that's why they win.
Yeah, and I'm going to go right along with you. LSU, I'm going to have them win the game. Just off of the fact that their defense is more set up to control the offense of the Alabama rather than Alabama controlling the offense of the LSU. Now we're going to go into our final thoughts of today. First, I'm going to shoot it over to you, Lindsay. What are your final thoughts?
Well, just to let everybody know, Albany does have a hockey team. Yes, it's a D3 club team. I know they are 3-3 right now, and they actually have 3 games this weekend. So if you are available, they are playing at the YMCA in Bethlehem today and tomorrow, and then Sunday at Hudson Valley Community College. So definitely check that out and come support UAlbany Empire hockey team.
All right, and Vic, what are your final thoughts?
CC Sabathia, the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. I know they didn't get to the World Series this year or even win a series, but this guy just got a 5-year, $122 million extension. Call him the $100 million man. Yes. I love it. He's going to be on the Yankees for a while.
All right, and Connor?
Kind of want to change my final thought to that best pitcher in baseball. I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm going to go David Stern. If you're out there watching this somewhere, I'm getting tired of watching top 10 plays and not seeing an NBA. I'm tired of seeing this hockey. Like, top 10 plays, I love watching. I like Blake Griffin going down the lane and just dunking one. You can't even see that. NBA, get your stuff together, please.
And my final thought of today, Matt Forte, big running back for the Chicago Bears. He wants more money. Chicago, give him the money. He's 60% of your offense. You can't do anything without him. All right, so stop being stingy. You in Chicago, man. Y'all have the money. Give it to him. And that will be the end of today's show. Once again, I'm Jermaine. I was here with Vic, Lindsay, and Connor. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next show.